Oh yeah, fusion announcement time. Let's get it. What's up guys, MtgJedi here. I got your news for you. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you're getting all those updates. YouTube doesn't always push out the videos, so make sure you're checking daily. I'm releasing videos almost every day, so even if YouTube's not pushing it out, I'm pushing it out. And now you know. So, we are going to be getting a new sweet Dwarven fusion, and stick around because there's some secrets here too. So, Thowlin Foulbeard. That is a mouthful. But Thursday, June 5th, which is going to be next week, at about a week from now at the time of the release of this video. And it's going to be a classic fusion. So we're going to be getting rares, fusing them into epics, fusing the epics into the fusion, Thowlin Foulbeard. And this is going to be a force-based attack damage dealer, and that part of this whole puzzle has me super pumped. So, what is this guy going to bring to your account? Should you be going for him? I am always an advocate of doing fusions if you can do them. This one does seem good, but we need to know what his multipliers are as per usual. So, my dude Thowlin here, he has some critical components to his kit. The very first thing that is super important is going to be his A1. He has an AoE A1 that has a chance of placing weaken before he attacks. Love that. We do not have that many weaken champions. I have stated in previous videos, Plarium, we need more weaken champions, and we are finally getting some of those in this game. He also is going to do extra stuff against Corrupted Alliance as well as bosses or minions of bosses. So for the A1, the effect is not going to be able to be resisted. And although we only have a 25% chance of placing weaken to start, the books are going to add another 25%. So that's going to be a 50% chance of placing weaken on the A1. And he's going to get an extra turn if the weaken debuff was placed on all enemies by this skill. I really want to know how this works with ally attack or counter attack. Will he get the extra turn? If he does the ally attack, places the weaken, that would be so huge. I think ally attack champions are going to be a great pairing for him. We're going to talk about more great pairings towards the end of the video. So, moving on to the A2 for now. On the A2, I think that this is a reasonable attack, and I think that it could be an amazing attack. So what it's going to do is a double hitter, single target, and each hit is going to ignore 25% of the target's defense, unless you have those bonuses, in which case it's going to be 50% ignore defense. Now, another cool part about this ability is that it's going to decrease the attack of the target by 25%. Also, it's going to increase his attack by 5%. And both of those are really, really strong. Like, we've been looking for good damage dealers on bosses. I think this guy could be it. Again, we're going to break that down in just a minute. For now, let's go ahead and move on to the rest of his kit. Pausing briefly to mention, it's a little suspicious that we don't have all of the images for this champion. Normally we do. So I'm wondering if there's something interesting or special about him that Plarium is keeping this a secret. Like, could he have a mount? Could he be a pirate? Could he have sea legs for the pirate faction that we're going to be adding, I hope? You know, could he be a mechanical being, like a dwarf with cogwork parts? or steampunk? Like, what is the reason we don't have the full images for him? Let me know your thoughts and comments on this in the thoughts and comments in the comments. You know what I mean. Let me know what you think in the comments, because is there a suspicious reason why we are keeping this a secret? Anyway, moving on to the rest of his kit. So, we have an A3 that is obviously going to be his main damage dealing ability if he's going to be usable in Arena. Because it's an AoE, he's going to get increased attack before he attacks. And if, you're obviously going to be critting, but if he crits, then the damage on the second hit will be increased by 10%, and he ignores unkillable and shield buffs. Unfortunately, not block damage, which is the more important of the damage mitigation abilities, but still good to be able to ignore unkillable. That will be definitely helpful, and the shields also, obviously, very good there. And I think that, again, we do need to know his multipliers, but this is the recipe for a good champion. This passive, okay, seems incredible to me. Every 5th turn this champion takes, he just gets an extra A1. He just gets an extra A1. And then, in addition to that, on his passive, he can't be critted by any of the Corrupted Alliance bosses' minions. He can't take crits. And that's strong. That's very strong. Increase ally attack in all battles aura can be useful. And I think that this is a recipe for a very strong kit. Next thing I want to mention is, where are we going to be using him? And I got a wild and crazy infographic here for you. I think a cool place he's going to be really good is Phantom Shogun's Grove. I know not a lot of people are having speed teams for this dungeon yet, but it's not that hard to have a speed team for this dungeon. If you're like a late game player, you should be able to do it. His kit does seem like we'll be able to use him in every area of the game, which is surprising. But I think he's obviously going to shine in Arena, but I also think he's going to shine in the clan bosses. Like Demon Lord, if you're progressing in Demon Lord, lowering the clan boss's attack stat is going to keep you alive for a lot longer. But also, with his kit combination and building up and the extra attacks and all that stuff, I think Hydra and Chimera definitely needed tested for him. Obviously, Doom Tower, Cursed City, and Siege could all be good areas for him. But, of course, we need to know what the multipliers are in order for us to, see how usable he's going to be. Is he going to have, normal damage dealer multipliers, or is it going to be a little bit higher than normal? Like, where are we going to fall in this scale of things? Possible combos. I think the ally attack champions, in particular Mikage or Queen of Hearts, would be great combos with him, because Mikage, she's going to do a lot of things for your team, and Queen of Hearts has the A1 decreased defense. In terms of mythicals, I think Toshiro would be a great pairing, especially if you're going to go with Mikage. So like Mikage, Toshiro, and this guy, I'm particularly interested in that. I know not everybody has him, so any other decreased defense champion like Ugo or Stagnite, any other decreased defense champion could be a very good pairing with him. Same thing with Michinaki. Like you could go Mikage, Michinaki, and this new guy. That could be a good pairing. Obviously, the Dwarf Unity champion is going to pair well with him, especially in Arena. He should be able to kill people, which your roster might not actually be able to do, depending on who you have in Dwarves. Before I move on from this, who would you be excited to pair with Thowlin? I'm very curious who you would pair with him. So, I think that the best part about his kit is that he's a force attack damage dealer. This is my roster on screen here of force attack damage dealers, like who here is actually top end? You could say Nishak, but he's a bomb champion. That's not really the same thing. There's no good options. I don't even use my +4 Candrafon anymore because he's not good enough. Maybe I should try and bring that back, especially with like Glycade as an option. But I just think that we need a lot more. Like, there's room for a lot more force attack-based damage dealers. Harima and some other defense and HP-based nukers are reasonable right now. But, like, I think that a huge benefit here is that he's force affinity. With like all of the Galatheers, all of the magic champions, I think that him being force is really, really important. Do not undervalue that as an addition to your account. Conclusion, I think that this guy's going to be really good for basically every account. If you can go for him, I would go for him. Even if he has mediocre multipliers, I still think that he could be decent because he's force-based. He has these build-ups for the bosses. I think he could really be an asset for the majority of players, but you tell me, is this the type of champion that you're ready to go for? I know a lot of people just kind of skip these damage-dealing fusions, but to me, I think we've needed a damage-dealing fusion for a while, and I think this is a really good combination for most players' accounts. One of the things that I'm interested to see is actually how good he's going to be in Cursed City. Where is he going to come into play? Are there any, like, important stages that we had a tough time with before that he would be able to unlock? That's pretty important to me as an endgame player. But I think this guy is going to be really good no matter where you are in the game. Again, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, have fun playing Raid, and you're awesome.